What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be tackling a whole bunch to fix all of the shifter slop that's in this car. Every bushing on the shifter and in the engine bay is just old and worn out, and the shifter has a lot of play. So what we're going to do is, got a short shifter arm coming in from Jackspania. We got solid bushings for the shifter cable ends in the engine bay. I've got a brand new super slide from Dieselgeek to put in there. Yeah, on that note, we have the Dieselgeek Mk4 Deluxe shifter bushing kit. It's a pretty in-depth job. We're going to have to saw into the shifter, gain an access port to replace the bushings, so expecting a major difference, and this should be a huge improvement to the car, so I'm super excited about this upgrade. Yeah, let's get into it. You know, this car has the stock 24-year-old shifter bushings, shifter mechanism, so there's quite a bit of slop. Here, we'll put it in third gear now. There is just so much slop, just crazy side-to-side slop. This is in third gear right now. So yeah, I mean, hopefully we can eliminate a bunch of that. And another thing is, we're gonna be putting in the Jackspania short shifter, and the objective of that is to reduce the throw. I mean, it's not like a crazy, you know, far throw, but you know, I'm hoping by replacing every single bushing, right, that there's no slop. But yeah, if I make it as notchy as I can and shorten the throw, you know, it should just give me way more confidence in the gearbox. The short shifter is replacing this part right here. Basically what we're going to be able to do is take this cable and bring it in this way. There's going to be an adjustable slide right there. On each of these cable ends, there is like a rubber bushing. We got solid cable end links for in there too. We also, there's something called a super slider, which sits right in there. It's like a little plastic piece. Got a brand new one, so I don't know, we'll see how that changes the feel. These right here are the solid bushings for the cable ends. So these go right here in the engine bay and replace those rubber bushings at the ends of the cables. This is just an eBay brand. They are two different sizes. There's an 8 and a 10 millimeter. It says it on the packaging right here, 8 and 10 millimeter. You have a TT225. You need the ones with the two different sizes, but I'll have a link to this in the description. And this right here is our Dieselgeek Deluxe Mk4 shifter bushing kit, and got the Dieselgeek sticker. You know, we got the alignment pin, we got a brand new super slider, all the bushings for the shifter mechanism. This is going to be perfect. This is a very renowned product. A lot of people rave about this kit right here and say that it makes a world difference. The reason why I want to do the cable ends, I think you guys can see it. You see how like that bushing has quite a bit of movement right there. And our short shifter from Jackspania Racing is in. As you can see right here, it's slotted, so you know the shifter cable can be mounted anywhere from right here to right here. That allows you to adjust the throw. And what's awesome about this shifter is that it has these different mounts for different cable end types. I'll match this up to what I've got in the car. This will be in the description. Go check out Jackspania Racing. They've got a bunch of Mk1 Audi TT, Mk4 Golf. What we're going to be doing today is the easy stuff in the engine bay. We are going to be putting in the short shifter arm, and we are going to be replacing cable end. Let me get some stuff out of the way here. Start off by removing this clip. Just has a little pull tab on the top, then it'll slide right out. That way you want to compress it and then twist it. That should come out. We're gonna find our cable end. This one fits perfect. So the smaller one, we're gonna work to get this old bushing out. Here she finally comes. You can see it's, you know, pretty mangled. This was definitely a fight. All right, once we get that center part out, we just want to clear out the rest of this rubber. Then we can put our new bushing in. Oh, that snaps right in there clean. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna fit it over the end of the, that is in there. Put our front clip back on now. Our clip is on there. Then there we go. Okay, and there's one down. Okay, so now we are going for our other arm. Gotta go ahead and carefully get that top clip off. Okay, make sure you're very careful with these clips. Got this one out, time to remove the bushing. While we have that one disconnected, we're gonna take our 13 millimeter and we are gonna take off this nut right here in the middle for our shifter mechanism. All right, broke that loose. Take that off. We gotta move backwards. I'm gonna take this other cable back off, and then I have to take off this top arm right here so I can then lift this other one up. Okay, now we're all together. Slide this arm out, at least enough to then get this other arm freed. Took a big screwdriver. I kind of got it underneath and had to pry it off. Our stock shifter arm is out. Our new jackspania shifter comes with multiple of these ends, so we're just matching it to the one we got. We're gonna go ahead and install this to the shortest throw, and then we're gonna put this arm back in the car. So now you guys can see how dramatically shorter this cable on the left is gonna be. That's gonna shorten our throw significantly. And then those solid bushings in the cable ends are gonna take care of some slop. And then once we have everything taken care of here in the engine bay, we are gonna be moving into the interior to replace a bunch of bushings inside. And we're gonna put our old arm back in. Okay, and get our super slider into position. We got the bushing removed from this other cable end. Installing our solid cable end. We just kind of want to put it over the end there. I'm going to put this on our shifter arm. Alright, put it into neutral. Okay, so the cable is on there, the solid end is on there, top's now on there, our circlip is on there. All right, now that we've gotten all of the shifter bushings and shifter arm mechanism and the engine bay sorted out, it's time to meet up with Riley so we can tackle everything inside the car. This is really the hard part of the job, is replacing the bushings on the actual shifter, the stick shift inside the car. All of those bushings on the ends of the cables and stuff need to be replaced. So that's a tough job. So I'm gonna meet up with Riley for that. So see you in the next clip. All right, so now everything that we want to do in the engine bay is completed. So the rest of this shifter bushing job is right here in the shifter mechanism. We're gonna start by taking out these torque splits, getting the shift boot off. Then we're gonna have to take this big plastic part out of the car. I think we'll have to take these guards out as well to get that done. We didn't take it off. We're just gonna put it inside out like this, and it's nice out of our way. All right, that side's off. We gotta take these screws out and get that plug out.
E25's here. Trunk release cable.
Okay, so we got those two torque splits out from right there. So we're gonna have to pull this out. We're gonna be very careful with the screwdriver. The plugs for the electrical underneath that. There's another plug for here. We're gonna kind of use a trim piece to pull this back out, undo that plug. Then there's another one for this right here as that comes out that we're gonna have to undo. This is a radar that the previous owner had in the car. We're just gonna have to unplug this or something.
Yeah, check out these two little plastic clips that just instantly snap. After we do all that, there's two little clips right here. Just gonna force your fingers under.
He's mirroring what you're seeing on the other side as well.
And you gotta pull past this little metal part.
Yeah, it sits on this little lip on the outside of the little metal ring, so you just kind of pull outwards and past it.
There we go. And then now, boom.
Well, we just gotta undo these plugs and it should come right out.
What is this?
And this is wired into the fuse box.
Dude,
over there.
what the is any of this?
This is the radar. This is the radar tool.
Yeah, but dude, you don't have to do it this
Keep
terrible.
making.
Pull that little tab, and you just slowly work this out.
All right, all three of them are out. So now this thing should just slide out. Wow, look at the wiring job.
Who the did? We got this out. Oh, that just goes to some little indicator that probably says if the radar's on or not. Our remote radar laser safety garbage that we just cut out, and this was the absolute gargantuan mess of wires.
Now we got to get this little tower off. Just I think these 10 mils. There. So we're taking some bolts out, working on it, updating you guys. Got to get this big metal bracket out. Riley's working on the last little bolt that's got to come out. Alright, get that out.
Metal post there.
Yeah, that's good right there, yeah.
Zero Ugga is literally.
Now it's in there good enough so we can drill a hole through. There's a bushing at the bottom of the shifter column in here, and it's impossible to service it unless you drill a hole through the side, so that's where we're at.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, you guys see that like copper looking cable on the bottom? There's basically a shifter bushing on the end of it. So we gotta take off a circlip and put on a new, that cable basically just connects to the rod at the bottom with a bushing, and we're gonna try to replace it. That's why we drilled this access hole. Alright, so the next step here is to take off this top little bracket here.
Remove this T25 real easily. And then we're gonna take it. This will just flop right out.
You need to use, they say, pliers. This pops in there very firmly and then just goes around that.
Look at that. Boom. You're gonna want to cut the face of it as well. Yeah, so I mean, either you just need to have big lineman hands. Alright, so we have to replace this bushing down here, which is connected to this brass shaft that connects to the actual transmission itself. This bushing right here. See how we moved it? Totally shattered.
Alright, we got the bottom bushing on this thing. It's pretty much impossible to film, but the method we used is we had pretty much temporarily reinstalled it into here and into here so we could have the leverage to push it in from the other side. But what we also did is we put the bushing on the arm first, put it down there, pretty much, you know, reinstalled the arm temporarily. Then we used our access port that we drilled on the other side to shove a screw through, and we pressed real hard and we were able to get that nice press fit.
We took a 6-inch screwdriver and we just took it and I cranked it until I heard the pop to pop it back in.
All right, so there's one more bushing here all the way at the bottom. This is mainly what our access port we installed here is for. There's a little clip there. That's got to come off. The bushing's got to go on. All right, so we removed the whole entire shifter mechanism by completely undoing that bottom bushing.
Yeah, so just install it on there.
Oh, that ain't coming off. We got the bushing on the bottom of here. Now we reinstall.
Let go. Perfect.
Oh my God, it's in there.
Woo!
Goes around the ball and then sits in these. It sits in these grooves. No, it just slides there. Oh yeah.
All we need for any of these.
Just that. Seriously, just that. I don't really need anything else. We're putting on this little boot crown now. Yeah, just like that.
Push one side in, push the other side in.
Nice.
Then you want to do red to red. Then you want to do black to black. And then you want to do brown to yellow.
Put yellow times in the brown. Alright guys, so now that all the new hardware is installed, the last step is to adjust the shifter cable end. First step to doing that is to lock the transmission in place. This is pretty much nearly impossible for me to record because of how little space there is in the engine bay. So I'm going to try to show it, number one, but I'll pull up a diagram for you guys to see. Basically, all you got to do is push down on the mechanism while it's in neutral, push in a little pin on the side, and then it'll lock it in place. Then after you do that, you lock the shifter in place inside, then you give your cable ends an adjustment, and then you're good to go. So I'll show you guys how to do that now. All right, taking the battery out. Just trying to get more room. Okay, just getting the battery out of here. Are just straight up too big, so we got to remove the entire battery tray. All right, we got the battery box out. We now have way better access. Oh, there it goes. Completely locked now. So now that it's locked on this side, we're good to go into the cabin of the car. If you guys can see, there's a hole right here, and then there's a hole right below it. These kind of match up like that. Then you put your pin in, and then you adjust the cables in the engine bay. And just like that. That is locked into the service position. You can see it goes through the bottom into the other hole. That's locked in there. So now we can adjust our cable ends. All right, one thing I decided that I'm gonna do very quickly while we have the access is install our new super slider. I just never had put this on. Honestly, I just forgotten, but now is a perfect time where we got everything out. So to do that, we just gotta take off the clip off of this top cable end. That comes right out. Get this one off, just, you know, pry the top a little. Then slide it right out of where they are. Bang, bang, easy money. Take this out. This slides right out. And here's our old super slider. It actually is in kind of bad shape. So just go ahead and pop that right out and go ahead and pop this new one in. All right, that's in there. That's in there pretty tight. Wow. Yeah, now we'll go ahead and, it feels like it barely fits in there, but we know that that'll just get rid of slop. Base plate goes in the back, I believe, just like that. Slide it right on. Now let's do our circlips right here. Slide right on nice and easy. But now while this is still in the locked position and while the shifter mechanism in the cabin is in the locked position, we want to readjust our cables. So now what we want to do is we want to pull the shifter cable away from the cable end. That's how you get rid of some slop. Just get rid of the extra slop. That's on there good. Now we'll do this side. Okay, now it's time to try and get this locking pin out. Okay, yep, that came out easy. Now we are good to pull our alignment pin. Wow, incredibly notchy. Wow, we'll go from 3 to 4. All right, we're in neutral here. And here's the throw from 3 to 4. I mean, it's not like a crazy, you know, far throw. Definitely significantly notchier and significantly shorter. Now that's as much play as we've got in third gear. Just crazy side to side slop. This is in third gear right now. Just night and day. It's just night and day. Wow. I don't think I addressed this in a long form video, so I suppose I will now. I know I did the whole battery fuse box thing, but I've got that new terminal post and our block mounts right up to that. And then this is our starter wire that we're running to that with a raw wire. Looks a little messy right now. I will fix it all up. I've kind of just still been testing it, figuring it out, trying to find a good mounting solution as well. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. I have a lot of film to go through. This was quite an in-depth mod, install, whatever. Riley and I had a tough time. The shifting feel is completely different. It feels like a brand new car. You know where you are. You feel confident to make those fast shifts because it's incredibly notchy and just so easy to tell where you are in the gearbox. So yeah, I mean, if you've got old Mk4 Golf, old Mk1 Audi TT, and your shifter bushings are shot, I can't recommend this kit enough. I recommend doing everything I did. The solid bushings for the cable end, the short shifter, as well as the Dieselgeek Deluxe kit for inside. Just made a world of a difference. We've got some interesting stuff coming up for the car. I don't want to reveal our big new series yet. That'll be coming out in a few videos. We'll be starting on that. The next video you can expect is we're going to be doing some pre-tune maintenance on the car. We've got a whole bunch of new PCV hoses. We got a new catch can, new seals for our diverter valve, the cam position sensor to replace. We got the crankshaft position sensor to replace. We got fresh spark plugs, got a fresh O2 sensor, and after that we're going to be going back to VW Holics for a new map, and this will pretty much be the end of this stage of the car. This is pretty much as far as you can take the stock motor, stock turbo, and I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, if this helped you, absolutely hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more stuff about this car, about me, Riley, this channel, and what we have coming down the pipeline. We ain't stopping anytime soon. New video after new video after new video. We're going to be working hard. I've got a ton of stuff in the works in the background that you guys don't know about right now. So I've got a lot of awesome content coming down the line. So absolutely hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. And I'm excited for a remount now. For those of you that have been wondering, this vacuum line that goes to nothing is for my boost gauge. I am also going to be hooking that back up and wiring it so it's all lit up. That'll be nice, but yeah, all things for the next one. So I'll see you guys in the next video.